Ladies and gentlemen, House Flipper 2. Been on my radar for quite some time as I quite enjoyed the first House Flipper game. I just ran into a bit of an issue where, I don't know, after a couple houses you sort of like used all the furniture that was available, and it's really difficult like motivating yourself to continue once you've kind of exhausted your entire supply. And I kinda suspect the similar deal with House Flipper 2. I'm a little surprised to see a sequel in this anyway, because it's not one of those games where you would expect like more fundamental gameplay being attached to it. The benefit of games like this is you can get by with DLC, and it's a good use for DLC. But, I don't know. Without having looked into this too much, we'll see what they've done for it to see if it's like actually worthwhile as a sequel. That said, this was sent to me for free by the developers or publisher for review. I was not paid, and my opinions are my own. And I have lukewarm expectations of it. There's a sandbox mode, which is kind of nice. I suppose there is that. We can just like, filters, I guess. New property? On the coast? A big one. I assume this is just like building, our own, like, kind of house from scratch or something with, like, all sorts of tools, and we just, like, through the phone order supplies? I don't know. We're gonna go new game, though, and check out sort of the campaign. Graphically, I'm not too sure how we are. Oh, the alarm was going. It was so quiet. I'm not sure how we are performance-wise and all that. The main menu doesn't really offer a whole lot of opportunity to try things out in that regard. Seems okay, though. Tom.
Hello there. Look who's decided to message me after all these years. So, you're interested in house flipping, and you came back to good old Pinnacove to find a job like that.
Tom, shut up. I need help. Sure.
I can't hear you. Are you on mute? Anyway, you asked about the driftwood house on the coast. Then I'm afraid I don't have good news for you. The town council put the renovation on hold, which is a shame. Turning it into a community center was such a great idea, and now all we have is the ugliest house on this side of the coast. It's a long story. The point is, this renovation isn't happening now. But don't worry, I got you another job instead. It's not as prestigious, but everyone starts somewhere, right? Check your email for the details. And don't be a stranger again.
Okay, Tom. First job is waiting. To find that, press tab to open emails. Check there often for new jobs. Or pretty much how the first game was as well. You had like kind of like a little shack. You like sort of started. At least here we start with like a kind of a proper house, like our parents' or spouse's house, presumably. Considering that, I don't fully know. But I think they got burgled because like this don't look good. This is like the first job in the first game where the ex came by and stole radiators and pooped all over the countertops, and it was like that. This is a mess. It was no good. Nice, I can like open the drawers individually though, I suppose. Maybe you can place stuff in that. You can have the big bedroom now if you want, winky smiley face. Oh yeah. I got also like a little alignment grid kind of sort of deal. That's nice. Yeah, look at that. And it just like snaps right on there. That's cool. That's neat. All right. It's like a little looking glass. What's going on over there? Oh, whoa. Right. This is gonna be a marvelous house. Pick up the shelf, you pick up all the stuff that belongs on it too. These random papers, I don't know, man. Can't overlap them. Can we? Oh, we can snap to grid and then like a bit precise. I see. Is that also Yeah, it also gives you a bit more granularity and rotating. It's not as free place as I would like, but it's probably enough, you know? Okay, let's get on with this thing, after ruining the train set. Ha! There's no computer there. I thought there was a computer there. Big place, potentially. We have an email related to Pinnacle Cove. So you want to be a house flipper from Tamarino? Hi, I've been tasked with selling this little house, but right now, it's totally a mess. I need someone trusted to help me clean it up. I worked with a new interior designer for the first and last time. She over-decorated the house and left the windows open to let the fresh air in. Which wouldn't be that bad if only a raccoon didn't take it as an invitation to pay a visit. Aftermath is in the pictures. Oh god. We're looking for a chance to flip a house. This one really needs it, but overall, simple job, easy money. Welcome back to Town Tamarino. Goodness, I mean, I guess I have a habit of over-decorating as well. Maybe that's like a subtle nod to, like, people in the first game, like, who tried way too hard for a house and ran out of stuff to do. That's me. Yellow exclamation mark. There's quests nearby. Detailed quest list. Press tab. Different quests require different tools. Tool menu. Use the right mouse button. I assume it's like a wheel. Don't know how to use them. Look around for a book with Bessie the Beaver on the cover. Alright. And then Q to activate that flipper sense to find that last bit of trash. Yeah, this was always like a bit of a ball ache type game with like, having to like 100% clean every little speck and piece of grime, and you got like talents that helped you see them and everything. So it wasn't so bad. So we got collecting trash, the cleaning tool, we got a vacuum, hammer, brick building and masonry, wiring. Actually connecting stuff to light switches. I think previously stuff just in the room was just like auto-activated, but maybe this way I could actually wire stuff like through walls. That'll be the plastering and painting. Yeah, alright, I think this is like kind of the similar-ish deal. Collect trash in range with the most durable trash bags known to man. Trash goes in the outdoor trash bin. Can't find one, press tab to buy it in the store. Some people don't even have a trash bin. Alright, let's do it. We're collecting trash. I got my... I'm ready. Alright, here we are. We're doing it. We're collecting that trash. Oops. That bag is full. But if I, like, get this lodged up on the rooftop and I can't access it anymore, what then, huh? You got anything to say about that? Huh? Alright, and this needs a bit of a scrub, I assume. Oh, yeah. You just click and hold. I'm not actually cleaning anything. I'm just clicking and holding. Well, different brush for that book. Nice. Would be nice to actually be doing the wiping myself, though. Clicking and holding is very, Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I see how it got in there. You know, you could have closed the window afterwards. Wipe the bottles a bit, wipe the window. Yeah, that's alright. It's only glass, right? Yeah, alright. I think that's pretty good. Back to hands mode. Oops. Oh, God. Can I trash this? Can I call this trash? I'd like to call this trash. We're gonna go ahead and call this trash. We're gonna put it over here by the bins. I can't actually put it over by the bins. We're gonna staple it onto the side of the house. We're gonna put a bin next to it to strongly recommend that you get rid of that. That's not okay. I can't believe a raccoon would do that to you. So the tab menu, what do we have here? 5 out of 11 things sold. These are actually, is that actually a trash item? Didn't I try to trash it? Okay. Oh, this is just in this room. Okay, I think there's another Live, Laugh, Love somewhere in here that can be trashed. Right. Because the furniture and stuff that's like got a bunch of crap all over it, like those like pull-out bins that were kind of dirty, those were actually just trash. I guess it's checkmarked, so I guess that's that. There's 3 fish to also sell, and like a big oar and a fun lamp and a bottle. I don't really know why you're highlighted for being trash. Or we'll just undersell, I guess. Not necessarily trash. A bunch of stains and still a window that needs cleaning here. That's the guy. Window cleaning? Oh yeah, like literally the exact same thing. Okay, yeah, no, it's no different. Okay, yeah, no, well, it's a bit strange because in the first game, like with painting, you'd buy a paint bucket and you'd pull out the roller, you'd fill the roller, and you look at a wall and you click and hold on the wall and it just does the whole vertical strip there. And you do that a few times and you run out of paint, so you gotta run back to the bucket and refill the roller. But also the bucket's only got so much paint, so sometimes you had to buy a few buckets for the walls, and it was a bit immersive having to, you know, plan out how much wall do we have here, how much paint do I need, and you buy the buckets and you lay the buckets near the wall to be like, this is what the wall is going to be. And I don't know how this game has handled it, but I'm surprised that they haven't taken that sort of immersive layer and leveraged its potential complexity and sort of expanded that into the other systems that are in the game. Instead, they've seemed to have just kind of copied the exact same systems over to this game, which, again, I'm not really sure why House Flipper 2 needs to exist, if that's the case, if you're gonna just copy everything over without adding more or making them deeper or anything. I think I'm okay with finishing the job here. I think I've done enough, you know? Just don't look around too much. Now it looks good. Shift enter to finish that job. 1,500 bucks, excellent. Ooh, keys. I do like all of the little odds and ends and decorative stuff that there is. I like that. And I like some of them aren't specifically themed. A lot of the furniture and decorations and stuff in the first House Flipper game were a little bit themed. With like, here's the rustic stuff. Here's the sort of more techie stuff. Where am I? Oh, this is our kitchen. Right, I'm back home now. Terrifying. Like, actually terrifying. I feel like I'm in a fever dream. But the thematic nature of everything in the first game sort of meant that, yeah, if you're going for like, we're gonna go for a rustic cabin, and you use all the rustic furniture for that, that's it? You've done it? Like, 80% of the furniture then is no longer really kind of usable because you've already used it and decorated with it. And you kind of run out of stuff to do. And that's why like DLC packs of the first game would have been honestly pretty great. I know a lot of people are very against DLC, but there are some games where DLC works very well. And that's a game that would have. And I'm not sure why House Flipper 2 has to exist, because the tools are all the same. The general mechanics are all the same. We're still reading emails to take jobs. We still have perks, which aren't really talent trees or anything at all. It's just you're better at it now. Is painting even like more strips? Okay, looks like we can do cubes now and stuff. Even less paint. Roller of tomorrow. It's wider. Whoa. Okay, that's how painting works in this. I don't know why I got very splotchy there. But okay. So there's painting, and we can also eventually do a drag select thing and just, like, painter's tape it, I guess. Well, I'm happy that the painting is a little bit different. That's nice. I'll call that an improvement. More tiles, panels, wallpaper sheets. Oh yeah, doing the tiling was like that was like a huge ball ache because you had to go like individual tiles, except the flooring. I think flooring was the click drag thing that they've gotten out for the wall paint. Yeah, and you tunk. Yeah, okay. But that's fairly simple as well. Demolishing is. Man, okay. It's like voxel stuff, like kinda. Yeah, it's definitely easier to make, they've definitely made things a lot more kind of customizable if you're making a very unique type room or what have you. It's a lot easier to do that. Well, with the way that you can demolish walls a lot easier, the way that you can paint walls a lot easier, tiling seems to be a little bit more versatile, but they have definitely gotten rid of a lot of the sort of immersive nature of it all. What I would like to see then, bathroom fixtures, toilet, 99 bucks. We don't even install it anymore. Oof, okay. I want to say it was like 40 bucks. Going to be priced at $39.99 US dollars. But if you want the first game and all the DLC, you get a bit of a discount. I'm not too sure how much, though. But we've sort of changed the formula a little bit. It used to be kind of like a ball ache simulator game that you could like really get into and invest time with, and now it's more of just a decorative type thing. Like if you're one to maybe play The Sims and just like build houses in The Sims, because the house building in Sims is pretty cool, especially Sims 4 nowadays. It's probably pretty okay for you then. But if you're looking for like an actual like simulator where you're like actually doing the stuff, they've largely gone away from that, and I think House Flipper 1 is still the play. Though saying that, we do have what seems to be a lot more decorative stuff, especially early on. And I just imagine at some point there's going to be more DLC for this game as well to add more on. I'm personally, though, not very happy with the way that they've stepped away from how the first game was. Though I do appreciate having a game where you can, you could go through and just decorate a house and spend, you know, a couple hours with it without having to go through the ball ache. What is happening with this? I do appreciate the more simplistic nature, but when I think House Flipper, I don't think simplistic is all. That's kind of the big thing to me. Whereas like just the doodads and stuff, just like the decorative, very miscellaneous floor decor, a few carpets. And I can color these, or is that just the style it comes in? Ah. Okay. A few different styles. No manual coloring, though, or anything. Would have also been a nice thing, being able to just, like, color it myself. And be like, you know, here's color A, color B, and you choose kind of like software ink. Actually. So then this would really just be the pull down for different textures that are applied. Like, do you want it to be like a really fuzzy plush carpet? Or do you want it to have like this kind of scaly, leathery type look? That sort of deal. I like the shag carpet kind of nature of this. But then if I could like change the colors of it to make it like a very vibrant pink or something, that'd be great. Because then you don't have to, I know that means that there's less DLC you can make because the DLC could be implementing this stuff. I know. I do know. But hear me out here. It's a lot easier to coordinate a room together and do my own thing when I have more control over the colors and general visual theme of stuff. You offer me things and then I change the surface materials and then I change the individual colors. Like maybe I want a really rustic, raw looking thing, so I would go for a really grainy looking wood here. And then I just color it so it doesn't look very stained. Or if I want something to be like really nice, I go for like a nice gloss. Very simple type of wood, or maybe even like a plastic look, so it's like, it's the same furniture, but like, I can make it not wood if I wanted to. You could believe like, oh, it's plastic. Or if I go with like a really plain material, glossy, and I make it a bit silvery, you could be like, oh my gosh, is that metal? It's like, dude, it's Bookend Camden. It can be whatever you want it to be. And then I'd have full control over the colors then. It'd be a lot easier then to continue using the same furniture throughout multiple different houses if I can at least change the color of them, you know? It's generally a pass for me for 40 bucks. I would rather just enjoy House Flipper 1 more, honestly. I like the kind of ball achy simulation that it brought. I think House Flipper 1 generally did stuff really well with like you're doing jobs to collect money to just build your own house from scratch and unlock these tools, and you're just slowly working on your own thing while you're doing these little jobs on the side, and some of the jobs you leave for a bit and come back to later when it becomes a little bit too much of a pain because the houses get quite large. I just expected more, and it feels like we somehow have a bit less, although it's probably a step in the right direction for it. I'm not really sure what the general consensus was with House Flipper 1 and how people felt about stuff. I think folks really would just like a really deep interior designer game with like a little bit of maybe wall modifying where you just like take out that wall here, take out that wall there, but largely just decorating a house and like doing theme matching and stuff like that, and you know, getting points for that. Like I don't know. It's a strange thing. It's a strange thing. Very quick first impressions video, I know, not very thorough. Typically I'd like to be doing like a mini series of a thing like this, but I don't really have a whole lot of time. So it was really just a true, honest, quick look type thing. Looking and seeing at what's going on with it and what they've done and how a House Flipper 2 could exist. And the answer is not really. Because the things that they could have implemented to like really set this game apart, they haven't implemented, and it's kind of like just House Flipper 1, but I don't know, with like a big overhaul DLC taped onto it, it's really hard to swallow that this is 40 bucks. That's rough. If you have House Flipper 1 and all the DLC, I'd hope the discount is kind of extreme and bring it down into just like a big DLC price, like 15 or 20 bucks. But like, if you liked House Flipper 1 and you're missing some of the DLC, I'd say just spend your money on the DLC for House Flipper 1 and just play that. I don't really see what this is doing terribly differently. It's the same game.